Let's get straight to it. If your money is chilling in a savings account and not doing anything, it's not just lazy, it's shrinking. Inflation is taking a bite out of your dollars every single day. So in this episode, I'm breaking down the 5 investments that every single person needs to have in their life, no matter what your income level is or your background, or even if you're new to all of this. These 5 are the foundation of real wealth. And if you're missing even one of them, you're leaving money on the table.
We getting money, money, money. When Jameer sharing gems with her getting money, money, money. Getting a line, growing money and getting money, money, money. It's your life, trying to give more life.
Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit the bell for notifications so you never miss an episode of The Get Money Show. And for more incredible hacks that get you from where you are to where you want to go, which is 7 figures and beyond, join me and my rich friends. It's my membership group, and it is lit over there. We just had one member make $4,000 in a single day on a single stock tip that I gave in the group. The link is in the description and it's pinned to the top of the comments. Let's get into the list. Number 1, and this is a non-negotiable, no matter what you think, no matter how scared you might be, but stock market investments are your foundation for long-term wealth. Now, I know some of you are watching, you're already thinking, Gwen, the stock market is too risky. I might lose all my money. But listen, hear me when I tell you this, and I hold your hand, and with love do I say this to you. Not investing is riskier. And here's why. Let's say you came upon a lump sum of $10,000. Lucky you. And you decided to put that into a regular bank. After 15 years, you still only have $10,000, assuming that you never touched it. If you were to put that same $10,000 into a savings account, getting the average of less than 1% interest, after 15 years, you will have about $10,075. So in 15 years, you only made $75. But that would be your safer bet, right? You would feel like that's safe. Let's talk about that same money if you put that into the stock market and invest it in what's called the Magnificent 7 stocks. These are the 7 top performing stocks that make up 30% of the performance of the stock market. They get about an average 46% return. So let's say you put that same $10,000 into the stock market with those Magnificent 7 stocks and never added another dime to it. After 15 years, you would have well over $2 million. But you think that's not safe? While getting only $75 after 15 years is safe? Not so much. You will be kicking yourself after those 15 years if you played it quote unquote safe, knowing that you could have had over $2 million doing nothing else, but yet you only made 75 while you were trying to play it safe. So you might be thinking, well, okay, great. That sounds fantastic when I want to make $2 million in 15 years, but where am I going to get this kind of money from? First of all, let me calm your nerves. You don't have to have $10,000. I was just using that as a nice round number. You can start with $200. You can start with $2,000. If you have it to invest, you can start with $40,000. Whatever you have to start with, start where you are and work with what you got. That's the point. Now, here's a really, really great thing. If you've been working for any length of time, and if you're watching my episode or listening to it on podcast, I'm assuming that you have some kind of work history. And hopefully you've been investing in your 401k. That's where your money is. Like I said, you don't have to have this money sitting in a bank. If you've already been investing in your retirement accounts, you've got the money right there. So if your job offers a 401k, or if you have a Roth IRA, or if you have an HSA or any sort of retirement or health savings account, you can use that money too. Instead of letting that money sit there and pretend like it's a glorified savings account, invest that money. That's actually what it's for. And most people only put their money into their 401k or their Roth or their other retirement accounts. They don't actually invest it. And that's how you build wealth. So a stock market brokerage account is the first account that you must have if you really, really, really want to get out the rat race and you want to get rich. Along the same line, please make sure that you have a Roth IRA. Now, this is where the magic happens. You must have one of these. You put in post-tax money. This is money you've already been paid from your job. And while it's in the Roth IRA, it also grows tax-free. So when you retire, you pull out that money and you get to keep every single dime of it. You are not taxed on it. That's the kind of setup that rich people love. Low taxes and long-term growth. Now, while we're talking about investing, you might be wondering, what type of investments should I be making? Well, I love me some individual stocks. I do want to encourage you to invest in ETFs. And you can buy these in your brokerage account that you already opened up. If picking individual stocks feels overwhelming or even scary for you, invest in ETFs. Even if you already do invest in individual stocks, you still should have some ETFs in your portfolio. ETFs are exchange traded funds, and they're just like a basket of stocks that holds a bunch of different companies all at one time, thereby immediately diversifying your portfolio and minimizing your risk. And here's a really great thing. thing. Some of these ETFs, they track the entire stock market, such as VTI, and some focus on dividends like SCHD, which means that they will pay you just for holding this ETF. Literally, they're sending you a check just because you are an investor in this particular ETF. And other ones, they focus on growth. And this is one of my favorite ones, SCHG. Some focus on specific industries like tech, which you can find under ticker symbol QQQ. And the great thing is that you can get started with as little as $5. This is where you want to plant your seeds and give them time to grow. You don't need to check it every day, and you don't need to panic when the market dips, because it will. It's going to go up and it's going to go down. But long term, it's going to go up and it's going to go up higher than any time that it drops. So we're thinking long game here. I've partnered with Moomoo, one of my favorite stock investing platforms, and they're going to let me give you 5 free stocks just for clicking the link in the description here, signing up with them, and depositing $100. Now, I want to be clear that $100 is your $100. You're not paying Moomoo. Moomoo is actually commission free, which is what I absolutely love about them. So when you put this $100 into your account, you're literally just paying yourself. And as a reward for you taking care of you, Moomoo is going to hook you up with 5 additional stocks for free on top of that. So while we're talking about building wealth, this is a super easy way for you to start investing without having to put in a whole ton of money. And those free stocks, that's extra money that you can invest too. This is literally a no-brainer. So go ahead, click the link in the description, put your $100 in so you get those 5 free stocks, and let's start making some passive income. The second investment that you must have is real estate or REITs. This allows you to own the land without having the landlord drama. We've all heard that real estate builds wealth, but let's keep it real. Who has $50,000 just laying around to drop on a down payment? That's why I love REITs, otherwise known as real estate investment trusts. You can buy into real estate for as little as $10 when you own a REIT. It allows you to own apartment buildings, hospitals, storage units, even data centers. You name it, there's probably a REIT for it. And by law, REITs are required to pay you dividends. Remember, dividends are checks that these companies or these investments just simply send you as a thank you for being an owner of that stock or that REIT. And they usually come quarterly and even sometimes monthly. By owning REITs, it's just like being a landlord, but without dealing with tenants, toilets, or termites. Now, if you do have the resources to go buy some real actual property, that's even better. But most of us don't have that. So REITs are a really, really great solid starting point. And in some cases, they even outperform traditional real estate, especially when you have to factor in that you don't have to worry about taxes, tenants, or maintenance problems. To buy a REIT, you get it the same way that you would get an individual stock or an ETF on the stock market. You just simply type in the ticker symbol, click buy, and you're on your way. Some really popular REITs that I love include ticker symbol O, which is for Realty Income Corporation. They like to build themselves as the monthly dividend company. And as you can imagine, it's really nice because they pay you monthly dividends. GLPI is Gaming and Leisure Properties. They own properties leased to casinos and entertainment centers. Welltower is another one with ticker symbol WELL, and they are one of the largest healthcare REITs, focusing on senior housing, post-acute care, and outpatient medical facilities. These are just a few, but go to Google, check out some REITs. I also have a number of episodes here on the Get Money Show about REITs specifically that you can check out for more. Number 3 is your high yield savings account. This is where your safe money should live. This one is going to be for your emergency fund. Also your travel goals or any down payments that you might be looking to make. Your regular savings account, get rid of that because it's probably giving you some trash interest. Like, you should be offended at the amount of interest that a traditional savings account will give you. It's probably 0.01% or something like that. Like, they're literally playing in your face. That ain't even gonna be lunch money after a year of you having your money in that account. Switch your money from that over to a high yield savings account. And while interest rates go up and down depending on what the Federal Reserve is doing, right now you should be able to get at least 3.6 to 4%. Some good ones to consider are Genius Bank, Everbank, and UFB Direct. I have a whole episode on high yield savings accounts, so I'll drop the link and you guys can go check it out. But let me break down with some math. If you had $10,000 and you put into a regular savings account, you would get around $10 a year just for it sitting there. Like I said, not even really lunch money. But if you put that same $10,000 into a high yield savings account, getting you 4%, now you just made $400 just for letting it sit there. And you didn't do anything different. All you did was take your money from a low interest account and put it into a high interest account. There's nothing extra that you need to do. There's no extra red tape. There's no extra paperwork. It's all the same process. So if there's no extra work, you might as well go where the money resides. I think about it like dating. You got to remember, you are the prize. And no one's going to care more about your money than you do. So let's say you're dating 2 different people. One person is giving you low effort, barely calls you, barely shows up, half the time don't even want to see you. And on the other hand, you got another person that you're dating, and that person is showing up, they're consistent, they're considerate, they're kind. Which one are you gonna go with? Let's say they both make the same salary, they both are the same height, they look pretty much the same too. If all things are considered, you're probably gonna go with the person that's giving you more effort. So it's the same thing with these savings accounts. We don't want the one that's low effort. We want the one that's gonna show up, do what they need to do to show us that we're special. You should have no low effort accounts in your life. Number 4 is skill-based investments. This has the fastest ROI in the game. Let's be honest here. Your brain is your most valuable asset. If you want to raise, if you need to start a business, if you're trying to build a brand, if you're trying to learn how to invest, then you better be investing in learning more. That includes online courses, certifications that increase your value in the workplace, conferences, masterminds, mentorships with people who are further ahead than you. The bottom line is you need to make more money. Do you not? It don't matter how much money you already make. Even if you're comfortable, you can still use more money. But here's the thing, you don't lose money when you invest in the right knowledge. You multiply it. Learning how to invest in the stock market and learning how to trade options has exponentially increased my income. And not only has it increased my income, it's allowed me to not have to work as hard. It's allowed me to have options for what I want to do with my life. It's allowed me to make money while I'm literally laying in a hammock on the beach in Punta Cana. I paid someone $99 a month to learn how to invest options. Over the course of the year, that's about $1,200. That has been the best $1,200 that I've ever paid. And we're not going to talk a whole lot about options in this episode. That's a whole nother episode for a whole nother time. But the point is that it gave me a skill that I didn't already have that has increased my income tremendously. And I wouldn't have learned it had I not invested in that course. Same thing with when I was learning how to invest in stocks. I spent the time, the money, and the resources to learn stock market investing. And now I know how to research a stock. I know how to pick a stock. I know how to predict with pretty good accuracy if a stock is going to do well or not. Now, of course, I don't have a crystal ball, and I know the market fluctuates from day to day, literally minute to minute. But I also know when to get out now. I know when to sell and how to trade my money so that I pretty much stay up. And I know that even when the stock market falls, which companies and which stocks that I should sell off and which ones I should keep and just hold until it rises back up. That's a skill set that takes time, money, and energy to learn. And because I spent the $1,200 over the course of a year to learn this stuff, it's now not uncommon for me to make between $500 to $3,000 and sometimes $5,000 a day. Speaking of which, I teach all the things that I know in My Rich Friends. So you too can have the same experience. And my members in my group are experiencing it right now. So if you want to experience that, go ahead and click the link in the description or the one that's pinned at the top of the comments and check out My Rich Friends. All right, now we're on to number 5. And this one is income producing assets, aka your exit strategy. Listen to me. You will never get rich trading all your time for money. Eventually, you need something that makes money for you, whether you are working or not. This could be a side business, like selling digital products, drop shipping, maybe even vending machines, a dividend paying stock portfolio, like what I be talking to y'all about, licensing your content or your intellectual property if you have some, even writing a book or creating a course that sells on autopilot for you. The key here is to build once, sell many times. Let's say you create a $19 ebook and you sell 10 copies a day. That's nearly $6,000 a month from one product, and you only wrote it one time. Now that is amazing. This is how you buy back your time. Walk away from toxic jobs and bad relationships and stop living paycheck to paycheck. Okay, so let's wrap it up. Here's what you need is your 5 types of investments that you need to make in order to really get out the rat race, get rich, and build wealth. Stock market investments to build long-term wealth. REITs or real estate for ownership and passive income. High yield savings to protect your short-term goals. Skill investments to increase your income potential. And income producing assets so you're not tied to a 9-to-5. Don't overthink this, you guys. Pick one this month and start with that. Just commit to it. You don't have to be perfect. You just got to get in the game. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Get Money Show and hit the bell for notifications so you never ever miss another one of my incredibly valuable episodes that I make for you. And again, for more incredible, easy to implement hacks that get you from where you are to hitting that $1 million mark and above, join me and My Rich Friends. The link is in the description and it's pinned to the top of the comments. Let me know in the comments, which one of these 5 investments do you already have? And which one are you committing to next? Talk soon. Peace.